by Rocklahoma. Rocklahoma.
Check. Hey, 1, 2. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Surviving Rocklahoma, your official podcast of Rocklahoma, the music festival in northeastern Oklahoma, Oklahoma, that is, catering to tens of thousands of people from all around the world. And this humble little podcast right here is just a little hobby that I started several years ago, and you have joined us in our weekly podcast as we gather in the celebration of all that is local rock music, as well as, festivals when we can work those in. And this week is not going to be any different. We've got several festivals to talk about, including Rocklahoma, of course, but we're also going to talk a little bit about another festival that is just around the river's bend, and we're going to get into that here a little bit later. We are also a tin can, bro. Oh, no. Let's see if we can fix that, y'all. While I work on that, I am going to go ahead and continue on as we work on getting this podcast taken care of. I am so sorry to hear that. Let me see what it sounds like. Let's see if that made any difference whatsoever. Hopefully it did. We are here and already flustered. How are we sounding now, everybody? Love the new sound, new mic. There you go. Sounds good. All right, what it is I have some video or some audio stuff that helps with the show and keep everything working so I can do all the cool things that we do here. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and move on past those little gremlins that like to infest each and every broadcast. We got those out of the way, and we are going to go ahead and move on. So as I was saying, we are just several months away from Rocklahoma, the festival that's going to happen Labor Day weekend. Well, before that, we've got Rock the River. That's going to be happening June 15th through the 18th. And we're going to be talking about those a little bit later in the show. But before we do, we're going to go ahead and kick this off by thanking the sponsors. And first up, we've got DEB Concerts, who answers the question, what do you want to do with your life? And Rocky does, and Rocky has been doing for several years with the Rocklahoma family, and he now has the Roadhouse, the DEB concert stage within the Roadhouse, and you have seen that monster lineup that we've got at Rocklahoma this year, and you're going to catch a significant number of those on that DEB stage. When he's not rocking the Roadhouse, he is also putting on concerts in the BOK Center, as he did last year, bringing not only Poison and LA Guns and let's see, Lamb of God, Megadeth, In Flames, even Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube. You never know what DEB Concerts is going to be bringing us this year, and he's going to be joining us here on the show within the next month or so to talk about what is on the horizon, what we can expect, and who knows, maybe we might even be get a few inside tidbits, a little preview of what is going on in Rocklahoma 2023. Remember, those tickets are on sale now, but VIP is sold out, folks. Do not wait any longer if you are planning on going this year. Now, aside from DEB Concerts, we also have another fine friend in the At Your Service Rentals, aka the Boo Crew, who has been servicing the Rocklahoma waste disposal needs for as long as I can remember. And if you have used a porta potty at Rocklahoma, it's thanks to these guys. Now, you don't necessarily have to share a restroom with everybody at Rocklahoma. You can get your own portable restrooms through At Your Service Rentals, and they are delivered to your campsite. And you can even get swimming pools too, not only for Rocklahoma, but also for Born and Raised as well. Now, but they are not taking those reservations just yet, folks. I have actually just spoke with Brett the other day, and when that time comes, they will announce that on their website. My suggestion at this point is just start saving your money, hold on to it, so that whenever the time comes, you are ready to go. And so the best thing you can do right now is, one, make sure you know what what your campsite is, and have that available, so that when the reservations do open for Rocklahoma and Born and Raised music festivals to get your portable restrooms and swimming pools, that you've got all that information ready when you do those forms. Now, in years past, we've given away some service packages right here on the podcast, and you never know, this year could be the same. Just keep tuning in to Surviving Rocklahoma, but make sure that you follow AYS Rentals on Facebook and check them out on their website as well. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to Camp ROK A Vet, who we've been working with for several years, facilitating, giving away festival passes to veterans who, signed up through the group, and that's what they live to do, is to give back and get reward. This is just our way of giving thank you to all of the military servicemen and women who have fought and risked it all for our country. And those veterans, all you got to do is link up with the group and follow instructions when those opportunities come available, so that you can be eligible to win not only Rocklahoma tickets, but in years past we have also done Born and Raised as well. And I have actually told let me pull up the message right here. I've got a message from Jason Polk. We were speaking earlier today, and they have some tickets that they are going to be giving away through the Camp ROK A Vet website. Now, here's the fun thing, guys. This particular contest is not restricted to veterans. Let me say, he says, we also have Trivium and Beartooth ticket for giveaway to any member of ROK A Vet camp group. Doesn't need to be military. This is going to be in Kansas City in June. once they enter the stadium, meet up with Jason Polk, because he's going to throw in $50 in beer money as well. You can thank Camp ROK A Vet for everything they do. Guys, they are always looking to find ways to raise funds to continue to bolster their ability to get tickets and festival passes and pass those on to the wonderful people who give back to our veterans. That is Camp ROK A Vet. And guys, if you want in on those Trivium and Beartooth tickets in Kansas City in June, along with a $50 in beer money, go to Camp ROK A Vet and look for those details. They'll have a post on there on how you can get entered for that. Thank you so much for Jason and Christian and Bond Glass and everybody else affiliated with Camp ROK A Vet. I'm going into the comments right now because Christian says he also has a giveaway on the 7th for Rock the River. And don't forget, Camp ROK A Vet is a proud sponsor of of Rock the River. And that's the festival that's going to be coming up shortly. A festival that we are proud to sponsor. And I'm going to be talking about that here in a little bit. But I don't know about you folks. I'm getting a little parched. It is time, now that we have paid our rent, that we can actually kick this show off. So I tell you what, y'all, if you've got them, if you got a refreshment, let's go ahead and crack them open, spark them up, whatever it is you're doing, y'all. It is time to begin the show. Cheers, everybody. Cheers to all of you sponsors and all of you guys that are tuning into the stream. Man, I see we've got a couple dozen people in here. Let me go back into the comments, guys. I promise that I am not ignoring you. It's just so much going on tonight. Chris Roberts is not drinking tonight. That's all right. I see Fallon in the comments. Me and Fallon actually had a great conversation last night about Rocklahoma, and we got a lot of things that are developing in the campgrounds that are definitely starting to come together. Jackie Otto, what is up? I see Christy McKetchin of the Rocklahoma Bitches is in the comments. We all see Misfit as well going through, and yeah. Got water over here. That's fine. I'll drink for two. Chris says he drank a fifth of Fireball Saturday. Good Lord, man. Alrighty, y'all. So, yeah. Christy and I said we're going to be drinking enough for a few of us. So, you know what? That's fine. We got commercial breaks. I can go get more beer from the fridge. In the meantime, before then, we are going to talk a little bit about Rocklahoma. The festival is coming up. They've got that monster lineup. And I have been speaking with some of the ladies in the box office. And guys, VIP is filling up. It is filling up fast. In fact, VIP is completely sold out. You cannot buy any VIP passes, to my understanding. Here, I tell you what, before I lie to you, let me look up the website. But to my understanding, everything VIP is now sold out. Now, hey, I see Angel is in the comments. What's up, girl? Yes, all of VIP is now sold out. If you want to go to Rocklahoma and you have not bought your passes, you're going GA. And you know what? That's fine, because GA is nothing to be disappointed in, guys. And I tell you, it is definitely a show you're going to want to see. Now, we've seen Godsmack and Rob Zombie at Rocklahoma, and they absolutely, just kill it every single time. But making their Rocklahoma debut a year or two late, Limp Bizkit will be in Pryor on Labor Day weekend, and let's not forget a Vulgar Display. That is Pantera, will be at Rocklahoma 2023, along with Theory of a Dead, Mad Ministry, Asking Alexandra, Code Orange, Guar, Mammoth, WVH, POD, a trio. I know I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry. Ginger, Skid Row, Buck Cherry, Warrant, LA Guns, Kicks, Filter, Fuel, Aaron Jones, Blackstone, Cherry, Mothica, From Ashes to New, New Year's Day, Crowbot, and so a lot more, guys. And we've also got everything that is going to be going on in the campgrounds, which also brings me to our next point. Now, I know I have been, I'm a little bit behind on, apparently the graphics. The campgrounds stage not campground stage, the campgrounds map. I am actually going to be working on the campgrounds map this week. And if you would like to be listed on the campgrounds map, start getting your camp names together, figuring out if you just want to be listed or if you're going to be having something that you would like featured on the campgrounds map, such as a party, an event, maybe some games, or just, you're going to decorate up your campsite like crazy and you just want everybody to come by and see the neat and pretty things. That is fine too. We got a lot of people who do that. And you can get all of that listed on the campgrounds map. So to do, oh my gosh, Fallon says that we are a lot behind because we already have 250 people that have expressed wanting to be listed on the public campgrounds directory, so that everybody can know where to go for the party. Now, before that, we've got let's see, we'll just go to Rock the River, I hate it when my graphics mess up. Anyway, so the Rock Campground, we've also had a couple of contests that we have been doing throughout the last couple of years, including the Rocklahoma Campground's Best Campsite. I was also speaking with Fallon, who has been doing the Campground's Royalty. And we have both been feeling the growing pains that are associated with these contests that have drawn more submissions than we are really all that equipped to handle. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the drawing board on, at least I know I am, with the campgrounds map. We are going to expand it this year, and we're going to have several awards. In fact, I'm going to have some categories because, for somebody who goes all out and they just want to dress up their campsite and make something really lavish and cool, it's kind of hard for them to compete with, a strip club or a big live stage or mud wrestling. So what we're going to do is we're going to find some categories and we're going to spread out that so that everybody's got more of a chance, in their respective categories. Now, if that does really well, we will keep doing this going forward. And I believe Fallon also said that she was also going to look at changing up the campground's royalty a little bit this year as well. Let's see what we're going on now. I also want to, I tell you what, I've been flapping my gums for going on, 20 minutes now. I think it is time for us to go ahead and feature some music real quick. And, last week I was joined by somebody that I had, listened to for years, and somebody who was part of the reason I wanted to get into podcasting. Lynn Hernandez was here, joined by me last week. We were talking about Rocklahoma, and I gave him an opportunity to make a request, and he's like, you know what? Bring some Fist of Rage. I love some Fist of Rage. Well, in that meantime, they reached out to me and they said, hey, hold on, man. Check it. We got a new single coming out, and it's not even out yet. And a lot of you guys are going to come and see them in a couple of weeks at the Shrine for their April Fool's Bash. Well, just so you all know, this is not a early April Fool's joke. This is their new single, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fist of Rage with Hollow. And that was Fist of Rage with their new single, Hollow. That is not an April Fool's joke. You can catch Fist of Rage along with several artists that we love to feature right here on Surviving Rocklahoma. I'm talking about the April Fool's Bash at the Shrine, April 1st. Doors at 8. And, excuse me. And Fist of Rage, Sin of Saints, and actually one of those guitars that I'm going to be giving away in a couple of months was signed by Sin of Saints. And, correct me if I'm wrong, let me see. I think they are actually on a certain other lineup. Anyway, you see what it is? I'm so sidetracked, squirrel. Anyway, but yes, you can catch them here. April Fool's Bash at the Shrine, Fist of Rage, Sin of Saints, Sabretooth, and The Bad Jokes. Not what I tell on this show, the band. They are going to be in Tulsa here in the coming weeks. Now, speaking of events coming to town, that's another thing we love to do here on the show. We like to talk about what is going on in the area because, we support local music, loud, local, and live. Well, they're not a local band, but they will be playing a local venue near you in the BOK Center. Journey with Toto is going to be at the BOK Center March 31st at 7:30. This is part of their Freedom Tour. One of the most legendary rock bands of all time, Journey announces the continuation of their highly successful tour with the 50th anniversary celebration Freedom Tour 2023, featuring a very special guest, Toto. Talking about all the things in Africa. Well, and then that very next night, you can come and party with us, with that band you just heard, again, at the Shrine, the April Fool's Bash, featuring Fist of Rage, Sin of Saints, Sabretooth, and The Bad Jokes. After that, let's see what else we've got. Now, Saliva will be coming through at the Beer City Music Hall. Also, April 8th. This is going to be another really cool show that convention, I should say, that I really, really want to see. That is the Oddities and Curiosities Convention. Is the Tulsa Oddities and Curiosities Expo. Is anyone going to that? Please let me know if you do, because I think that I might try to get the show in so that we can cover some of it. So I am going back into the comments and see what you all are up to. A lot of folks is talking about that April 1st show. A few folks are talking about a hotel takeover. Fun things happen when the rock crew gets a lot of hotel rooms together. It's a very, very good. It's a interesting party to say the least. Speaking of, we were talking about April 8th from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. April 8th at the Expo Square. Entry cost is $11, $15 the day of. Kids 12 and under get in free, no ticket needed. And this is just, let's see, the Oddities and Curiosities Expo showcases hand-selected vendors, dealers, artists, and small businesses with all things weird. You'll find the items such as taxidermy, preserved specimens, original artwork, horror, Halloween-inspired pieces, antiques, handcrafted oddities, quack medical advices, creepy clothing, odd jewelry, skulls, bones, funeral collectibles, and much, much more. I'm sold, y'all. I want to go. Y'all gonna go? That's the Tulsa Oddities and Curiosities Expo here in Tulsa. After that, we've been talking about a little bit about this Rock the River thing, and I know it's been kind of all over tonight as far as not exactly in a linear fashion this show, but I will say, guys, this festival coming up in June, as we know, Camp ROK A Vet is a sponsor, which means they are going to definitely be taking care of all of the veterans, at least making sure that you are feeling much welcome. Now, speaking of Camp ROK A Vet, they've got a couple of giveaways. Now, I know they're going to they got a couple of giveaways in their Facebook group. Now, they are also going to be helping me with giving away those priceless guitars that I've been holding on to since Rocklahoma 2022. These guitars are signed by anyone and everyone we interviewed in the media tent at Rocklahoma 2022. It also has some folks that we didn't interview that we just bumped into, including Rudy Sarzo of Quiet Riot. We also bumped into John of Skillet and the comments popped up, and the photographer Rebel Angel even was able to flag down Chris Motionless of Motionless in White, who signed these guitars as well. We've even got the signatures of your host of Rocklahoma 2022, Eddie Trunk, and one of our proud sponsors, Doug Burgess, has also signed both those guitars. Those guitars will be given away at Rock the River this coming June 15th through 18th. Now, for those of you who are wondering how you can win these guitars, all you got to do is be there that Saturday. Let me see what the actual date is. Let's see if I can find a calendar in this thing. But yeah, we're going to be giving away that Saturday. Now, I was talking about some of the folks that organize Rock the River. Let me pull that up real quick, because they had a side note for us, guys. So, this is directly from one of the organizers of Rock the River. The full lineup has been released, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. They did want us to touch on a few things. If you are buying a campsite, then you will need to be with your party to get into your campsite, or if you are buying a campsite, then you will need to be with your party in order to get into it. Basically, you can't just show up at the game and say, hey, my friends are in there. All right, you got to be with the pass. You need to have a weekend pass plus a campsite if you are going to be camping at Rock the River. You can't just get a campsite but not go to the festival. It's a kind of a twofold thing. However, you don't have to camp. You can just go to the festival if you want. But I suggest just camp, guys. I mean, we go to Rocklahoma. We live for the campgrounds. You guys are coming to my backyard here in Tahlequah. Just be safe. Park your car, pitch a tent, and and just be safe. Have some fun. Wake up in the morning, then go do what you got to do. There will also be a bonfire or two after the headliners and party activities at Rock the River. There will be food trucks, including Lake Rat Barbecue is one of the trucks that we will have, and there's going to be other vendors out there. I tell you what, here in Labor Day, we're going to be screaming, break stuff when Limp Bizkit is playing. Well, I think some of you guys can't wait, and you just want to smash something. You just want to break something. You want to take a hammer or a sledgehammer, and you just want to wail on something. Well, I tell you what, Rock the River has you covered. There is going to be a car smash. There's going to be a car smash. If you want to smash up a car, they will have one at the campsite for a nominal fee, of course. One perk of Rock is there's not going to be multiple stages. So, there's going to be one stage. All of the bands are going to be playing the same stage. So you're not going to have to miss any bands bouncing back and forth. And all the bands are going to start at around noon. So you got all morning to float or get your drink on and pregame before coming back to the biggest party on the Illinois River. Now, let me tell you how we do it. The locals do it. We wake up hungover. We hobble over to the river, which is nice and cool and cold. And then we just plop ourselves right there in the gravel and submerge ourselves in that cold water. It really helps the hangover. And eventually you're going to feel like drinking again or just partying or whatever. But this is how us river rats do it. And we are going to be at Rock the River June 15th through 18th. Surviving Rocklahoma is proud to be a sponsor. And don't forget, you're going to be able to win those Rocklahoma 2022 guitars. One is going to be up for grabs for a veteran, and the other is just going to be anybody who went to Rocklahoma 2020. Bring your Rocklahoma 2022 wristbands and meet up with Camp ROK A Vet at the big old bus when you get into the Rock the River campgrounds, and they will help you get all entered for the drawing. They're going to make sure everything is valid and everything is on the up and up. So everybody's got a chance. So that's how you get a chance to win those beautiful guitars that have been sitting beside me. Let me see if you can see them. No, here. Let me get these things out for you real quick. Alrighty. So we're going to go with this white one, folks. Now check this out. We'll switch to the camera here. Main camera. There we go. This guitar right here is the one that is going to be going to just about anybody who went to Rock the River, or excuse me, Rocklahoma 2022. Let me move it over to the correct side. Now, let me show you. We'll throw this up here. There it is. Here's the list of the bands that have signed this. First Strike, Skillet, Quiet Riot, Even in Death, Killer Hearts, Motionless in White, The Who, Sin of Saints, Eternal Frequency, Dead Fervor, Wild Street, with bonus signatures from Eddie Trunk, Doug Burgess, and Josie Scott, who will also be playing Rock the River, by the way. I've got two of these bad boys that we're going to be giving away. So I think I've talked about that just a little bit, or just enough. Speaking of, now this past weekend, we had somebody that is very near and dear to our hearts. They are also almost always in our comments. They follow the show. They are a staple at just about every local festival that I've been to, and they play those campgrounds every chance they get. And let's just be honest, the voice on this person is absolutely outstanding, and it is so big for someone who is just such a little small songbird. Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Sparrow Renee had a birthday this past weekend. And so do me a favor, first of all, join me, everybody. Yay. Let's get some love for Sparrow out there. And you know what? I figure, what is the best birthday present that I can do? Well, I ain't got any money. So I tell you what, we're going to play some Endfall. Ladies and gentlemen, Endfall. And that was Bury Me by Endfall, one of our belated birthday girls. Thank you so much, Endfall, for everything you do, and thanks for always allowing me to play your music. And I understand that they're also working on some new stuff behind the scenes as well. So we could be getting something new on the horizon. We will see when and where. Be patient, y'all, but I know I know how it feels. I, as well, just cannot get enough of Endfall. Make sure you show them some love on Facebook and you add them to your Spotify playlist so that they you can always stay linked up with them when they get that new stuff out. You know, guys, we like to round out every show just, mainly because I just like to say thank you. Thank you all so much for supporting this show, this podcast, this project. We got a lot more stuff that we have been working on getting put out. Unfortunately, it's just not rolling out as fast as I would like to. However, we keep following the page and make sure that you subscribe on YouTube and all of those social media platforms. But I tell you what, guys, if you would like to be featured on Surviving Rocklahoma, I tell you what, submit your gig, or excuse me, submit your music, survivingrocklahoma@gmail.com. While you're at it, submit your gigs as well, so I know that where you are playing, so we can let everybody else know. And they can come and pack the house like we're going to do April 1st, Fool's Day, at the Shrine for Fist of Rage and all of those great bands as well. Now, it doesn't matter how you're consuming that content as we're putting it out. Make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe. And also, guys, thank you so much for those stars. I see those popping up, and those stars, as I said, those are how we monetize this podcast. We really can't monetize it through traditional means because we feature so much independent and unsigned music right here. So those stars, those help put a little gas in the tank and pay the bills. So we want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we will be back as shortly. And make sure that you follow the Rocklahoma Campgrounds Map group, because we are going to start getting the map together, and we will bring you more information. But until next time, as always, rock on.